Welcome back. Private school pupils will be allowed to return to class on the 1st of February. Public schools will, however, open 2 weeks later. Government delayed the reopening of schools to prevent additional pressure on the healthcare system due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Let's now discuss the readiness of private schools to return to class. Lebogang Munjane is with the Independent Schools Association of Southern Africa. He joins us tonight from Johannesburg, I believe. Good to see you as always, Mr. Munjane. So you have, as private schools, I should say, the option to return on the 1st of February. Public schools will go back on the 15th. When will all your members go back?
Our anticipation is that most of our schools will go back on the 1st of February, but many of our schools are actually online learning now. So now for this week, everybody will be on distance learning, and then come next Monday, everybody should be back at school.
And this, of course, did not come as a surprise, did it? The delay in resuming the academic year. I'm wondering what sort of preparation you'd done, perhaps late in 2020, in anticipation of these ever-changing times.
I have to say that I must give great credit to our members in ISASA. We actually had not foreseen that the second wave would actually fall now. But what happened is that when our president spoke in December and putting us on level 3, so once President Ramaphosa did, schools got together and said, okay, what implications does this have for the sector? And then the anticipation was that we should move schools openings from the 12th to the 18th. And then that's when we heard that we were requested to wait to open for the academic year. So at that point, we encouraged all our schools to please prepare to go online, and most of them have done that. And as a result, now they're ready for online learning for a week. But we really are grateful to the department and to government to enabling us to go back to school as of the 1st of February.
Moving to online was quite difficult for both pupils and parents in early 2020. Has there been a noticeable impact in the academic performance of pupils as a result?
Yes, I mean, online is actually not optimal, and I think that we've learned a great deal about that. And what we do now realize is that the place pace for the vast majority of children is actually in school. So some children actually thrived online, but others really, really struggled. So we are pleased that we are able to go back much sooner. But, you know, under the circumstances, we're under a global pandemic, we're under a national state of disaster. So we need to really all understand that that's the reality at the moment. Let us do the best that we can. And we really are just fortunate as a sector that our children are still learning, even if it's not as optimal.
And just how are independent schools doing as far as COVID-19 infections, both in this early period of the year and what you may have seen in 2020?
You know, within ISASA and our membership, and we've got 850 members in Southern Africa and about 750 in Africa, and many people actually do get COVID, but all of the people so far, thank God and thank goodness, have actually recovered. So we've not actually seen any kind of fatalities. Yes, we have identified cases in our schools, but because of our stringent systems of monitoring, social distancing, and etc., we are quickly able to identify which people were in contact with that person. They're notified, they're isolated. And so I think that we've got those systems, down pat, and we're going to continue to do so until obviously everybody's vaccinated, as many people are as vaccinated as possible, and we can move on.
And I think one of the last conversations that I had with you in the previous year was about parents who were unable to pay because they'd been retrenched, been forced to take salary cuts, so they weren't able to make the full school fees payments. What are you expecting as far as that in 2021, and have you already had to make unique arrangements?
Yes, in fact, I was actually quite surprised. We did a questionnaire of our members last year, and about 280 of them actually responded to our questionnaire. For the first time, I think that in any time at ISASA, fee increases have actually been aligned to inflation or below inflation. So even we at ISASA have a 0% increase in fees. So out of that, really, we're expecting that parents actually, for a change, are able to keep up with the school fees rates because they were not increasing above inflation. And education inflation is about 2 to 3% above national inflation. So I really do think that many parents are going to be able to I'm glad that actually our inflation rate has slowed down. Parents will be able to afford it, but it is tough times. And, if parents are having struggles, please contact your school as soon as possible to see if they can assist.
All right, Executive Director at the Independent Schools Association of Southern Africa, Lebogang Montjane. Always good to speak to you, sir. Thank you.